Ever get a text from someone, someone who's supposed to be, like, missing?
Oh, wow.
That's what happened to this guy, Dave Krupa. It all started with just a casual thing, dating.
Dating gone wrong.
Totally. But then it becomes this crazy story: obsession, lies,
Uh-oh.
and murder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is the case of Dave Krupa, Liz Golyar, and Carrie Farver.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
It's a wild ride. We're talking about a missing person, a fire, and a whole lot of deception. We're basing this deep dive on a true crime podcast episode that covers the case in detail. So get ready to question everything you thought you knew.
Sounds intense. So where do we start?
Well, we got to start with Dave. He's recently separated, back in the dating game, just wants to have some fun, no strings attached.
Okay, makes sense. Plenty of fish, right?
Exactly. That's where he meets Liz Golyar. They hit it off, things get physical, pretty typical, right?
Yes, sounds like your average online dating story so far.
Right. But here's where things get complicated. Liz, well, she starts getting really possessive, jealous even, like showing up at Dave's place unannounced, trying to mess up his other dates.
Whoa, red flags. Sounds like she wanted more than just casual.
Exactly. And Dave was super clear from the beginning that he wasn't looking for anything serious.
Yeah, mismatched expectations can really mess things up. It's like they're speaking different languages when it comes to relationships.
Totally. And get this, Liz even suggests this trial period thing. For 30 days, Dave has to act like they're an actual couple.
A trial period. It's a bit unusual. What was she hoping to achieve with that?
Well, it seems like she was trying to, force a commitment that Dave never agreed to. Liz starts staying over more often, bringing her stuff over, trying to make it seem like they're a real couple.
Oh, so it's like she's trying to create this reality where they're already committed, even though Dave never really signed up for that.
Yeah.
Clever but manipulative, you know?
Exactly. It's a subtle way of pushing him into something he doesn't want. And it seems to be working, for a little while anyway. But then, everything changes when Dave meets Carrie Farver at work.
Ah, so this is where the love triangle comes in. Was Carrie a potential threat to Liz?
It seems that way. From what we know, Carrie and Dave actually clicked, a genuine connection.
Okay, so this is a real game changer for Liz. Suddenly, she's not the only woman in Dave's life.
Right. They go on a date, things are going well, but then Liz starts blowing up Dave's phone, demanding he come over. And Carrie, picking up on the drama, decides to leave.
Oh, I bet that didn't sit well with Liz.
Not at all. And that's when things take a dark turn. Out of nowhere, Dave and Liz start getting these really strange messages.
Messages from Carrie.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're full of accusations, threats, really out of character for her. It's almost like someone is trying to make her look crazy.
Interesting. Trying to discredit her, maybe? Make her seem unstable? Classic gaslighting?
Right. It's like someone is trying to manipulate everyone's perception of Carrie.
Hmm.
And it's working, at least at first.
So what happens next? Does this harassment escalate?
Oh, it gets worse. Liz's garage gets vandalized, then her checks go missing.
Whoa, that's scary. Someone is definitely upping the ante.
And the messages keep coming. Some of them even describe what Dave is doing inside his apartment, like someone is watching them.
Oh, that's creepy. It's all about power and control, making them feel like they're constantly being watched so that they have no privacy.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Carrie's family is freaking out. They haven't heard from her. She's vanished. Her mom even files a missing persons report.
Did the police take it seriously?
Not really. At first, they thought it was just a bipolar episode. She has a history.
That's awful. It happens way too often. If someone...
Yeah, it's tragic. So you have Carrie gone, the harassment continues, and months turn into years. And strangely enough, Dave and Liz start to bond over the shared experience of being targeted by, quote-unquote, crazy Carrie.
That's odd. Bonding over being harassed? How does that even happen?
I guess in a weird way it makes sense. They're both going through this traumatic experience, and they become each other's support system, even though their relationship is clearly unhealthy.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Shared trauma can definitely bring people closer, even in toxic situations. It creates this dependency, this sense that they need each other to survive this ordeal.
Exactly. But trust me, things are about to get a whole lot more complicated. And then, just when you think it can't get any worse, Liz's house burns down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They think it was arson, and tragically, all her pets died in the fire.
Oh my God, this is getting really serious now.
It's beyond harassment at this point. This is like real harm, real loss.
You have to wonder what the motive is here, right? I mean, is it revenge? Are they trying to silence Liz permanently?
It's terrifying. And Liz is understandably really shaken up. And she starts pointing the finger at Amy, Dave's ex.
Amy. Okay, so now we have a new suspect. Is Liz genuinely scared of Amy, or is this a way to, deflect suspicion?
It's hard to say. Liz claims that Amy's behind everything, the harassment, the fire, even maybe Carrie's disappearance.
Wow, that's a big accusation. It definitely muddies the waters of the investigation. So are the police buying it.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
But then it gets even crazier. Liz claims she was shot in the leg while walking in the park.
She was shot.
Yeah, and she says she recognized Amy's voice. The police investigate, obviously, but they can't find any evidence that connects Amy to the shooting or any of the other harassment.
Okay, now this is where I start to question Liz's credibility. Is she making this stuff up? Is she trying to frame Amy and make herself look like the victim?
It's definitely possible. The police are starting to get suspicious, too. They're noticing inconsistencies in Liz's stories, and the timing of the messages she's supposedly getting just doesn't add up.
So they're shifting their focus, starting to look at Liz more closely.
Right. It's not just about finding Carrie anymore. It's about figuring out what Liz's role in all of this is.
And what do they find?
Well, let's just say they uncover a whole lot more than they bargained for. Multiple phones, fake social media accounts, even apps that can disguise voices and delay sending messages.
Wait, seriously?
It starts to look like Liz has been the one pulling the strings this whole time. Like she's created this elaborate fake reality.
Wow, that's some next level manipulation. And it's kind of brilliant in a twisted way.
It is scary how much planning and tech savvy went into this.
Hmm.
Liz isn't just reacting emotionally, she's carefully creating this illusion.
Yeah, and it makes you realize how easy it is to manipulate people using technology. I mean, with all these apps and fake accounts, who knows what's real anymore?
Exactly. And the final piece of the puzzle, the thing that really blows this whole case wide open, comes from a surprising place. Dave's old tablet.
His tablet? What was on the tablet?
Liz had access to it.
Hmm.
And what the police find on that tablet changes everything.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What did they find?
They found a photo on the SD card, a photo of a decomposed foot with a tattoo. And that tattoo matches one that Carrie had.
Oh my God. So not only is Carrie dead, but Liz was the one who took that photo.
Right. It's the proof they needed. That photo links Liz directly to the murder, no question.
Wow. This is just, it's unbelievable
Mm.
and incredibly sad. It's just a horrible reminder that some people are capable of truly awful things.
It's like straight out of a movie, right? All that planning and the way she tricked everyone.
Yeah, and think about how she used technology, all those fake accounts and messages
Yeah.
to make it look like Carrie was still around, like she was still a threat.
Yeah, exactly. And here's another crazy thing. During all this, Liz was seeing another guy, this guy Garrett. He had no idea what was going on.
It's mind-blowing, right? Like she was living this double life, the sweet girlfriend over here, but then secretly orchestrating this whole other terrifying reality.
Totally.
Okay.
So with all this evidence, Liz is arrested. They charge her with Carrie's murder. But even at the trial, she says she's innocent, even tries to blame Amy again.
But the evidence was pretty overwhelming, right? All that digital stuff, the fake accounts, the messages, the photo of the...
Oh, yeah, there was no way around that photo. It linked her directly to Carrie's death.
Yeah. A jury found her guilty, first-degree murder, sentenced her to life in prison, no parole. But here's the thing. They never found Carrie's body.
It's heartbreaking, right? Carrie's family never got to say goodbye. Never got to know exactly what happened.
And to make matters worse, Liz still says she didn't do it even from prison. She's still trying to point the finger at Amy.
It's like she can't face the truth. Like she'd rather live in this fantasy world where she's the victim.
Maybe it's a way to protect herself, deny the reality of what she did. It's a pretty common defense mechanism.
It's just a messed up situation all around. So,
Yeah.
so where does this leave us? What can we learn from this whole crazy story?
Well, for one thing, it shows how dangerous jealousy and possessiveness can be. How they can twist someone's mind, lead them to do unthinkable things.
Yeah, and it reminds us to listen to our gut instincts. Carrie's family knew something was wrong right from the start, but their concerns were kind of brushed aside.
Absolutely. We have to take those concerns seriously, especially when someone goes missing. And we also have to be aware of how easy it is to manipulate people online,
Right? With all the technology and social media, it's hard to know what's real and what's not.
Exactly. We need to be critical thinkers, question what we see online, not just take everything at face value.
In this case, it really makes you think, doesn't it?
Oh.
I mean, it could happen to anyone, right?
Yeah, it's a reminder that things aren't always what they seem, and that truth can be stranger than fiction.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into this case. Hope you found it as fascinating as we did. If you want to learn more about this case, we've got some links on our website. And as always, we want to hear your thoughts. So jump into the comments on our socials and let us know what you think. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.